In the NFL, at some point, Seattle's going to have to go quarterback. But this is not that time. I don't think there's someone you pull the trigger on here. I like the fit with Jalen Walker. Nick Scorton, the edge out of Texas A&M, goes to Tampa Bay. Long athletic, seems to fit the Todd Bowles mold. Okay, Ashton Jeanty, he goes off the board here to Denver. I think when you look at B.O. Nix's rookie season, it's even more impressive considering they had inconsistent play at running back. You plug in Jeanty into that offense. He's got some similarities to Alvin Kamara, a player that Sean Python had for a long time as well, except for he's a little more of a bruiser, also as a runner. But he can catch the ball at Camaro, just didn't get to do it a ton this year at Boise. Get Bo Nix, a guy that he can just hand the ball off to and feel good about. Okay, 21 here, Steelers. Matthew Golden, he's a fast riser, out of Texas. Pittsburgh's got to get another receiver. Is George Pickens there? Long term, even if he's there this year, are they giving him a second contract? That seems rich at this point. So get someone in there. Golden, I think, could be a number 2 opposite of Pickett's this year. Picking this year, and then maybe long term, he could be their one at nothing else. He at least gives him another player that's got talent on the outside. Kenneth Grant, number 22, to the Chargers. I mean, Jim Harbaugh. Michigan guy, I considered Colson Leveland here. As well, they could get a tight end. I didn't really like the receivers on the board here at 22, so I went elsewhere. You put Grant in the middle of that defensive line. I like that fit. All right, Packers at 23. Siobhan Reeves Jr., Rel Jr., the corner out of East Carolina. He's getting the classic lazy Quinon. Mitchell comps like small school first-round talent at corner, but he's as advertised, he's very, very good. And Geyer Alexander's future is bleak in Green Bay. He could be gone after or this off-season, so they may have to draft his replacement. Benjamin Morrison, the corner out of Notre Dame. Minnesota's going to need to add to piece of that secondary as well. They've got both their starting corners, aging for agents, Stephon Gilmore, and blanking on the other guy. Now Kay, who's B.I.R. Murphy. Thank you again, producer Colin. They're probably not going to bring both back. I would guess they pay. Byron Murphy. Let Gilmore walk. Morrison can come in. Be your number 2, outside guy. You're good to go. Josh Conley Jr., keep an eye on this guy. I think he's going to keep rising. In fact, if I was a betting man, I don't think he's even available here once the actual draft gets here. Tackle out of Oregon. Lot of scouts. Like what he brings to the table now. He played mostly left tackle at Oregon. Obviously, they've got Laramie Tunell. I did not like how Titus Howard played this year at all, though. So I think you could flip him to the right side, maybe kick him inside the guard for a year or two, but talented player, I think he'll go pretty high. Jay Barron. I love this fit with the Rams. He does a lot of different things. He could play nickel. He could play corner. You can put him at safety. The Rams need secondary help. Barron can play multiple spots like that. Fit quite a bit. Ravens select Josh Simmons, the offensive tackle out of Ohio State. Did have a knee surgery in October, so we'll see what his medical status is once the combine gets here, but I think there's probably a 50-50 chance they let Ronnie Stanley walk in free agency. And if they do, I think drafting his replacement and Simmons Conley, one of these tackles, makes a whole lot of sense. Lions select defensive tackle. Ty Williams out of Ohio State at 28. A lot of their defensive guys went down last year. You get those guys back, and Hutchinson especially. Put Williams next to him. I like that piece up front. There goes Coulson Loveland, the tight end out of Michigan. To the commander, Zach. Her says he wants to keep playing, but even if he does, I mean, he's going to start slowing down. Eventually, I think you get another tight end in there because the rest of that room wasn't very good. Give Jaden Daniels another weapon. Nick IM and Wari out of South Carolina, the safety to Buffalo. Listen, Damar Hamlin's a great story, but he's a better story than a player. He should be a number 3 safety, especially for a high-level contender. Imani is a stud, 63, 22, 5, can run like a deer, can hit like a linebacker. You put him back there on the back end. I like that fit with Buffalo quite a bit. And then 31 and 32, the Eagles select Cameron Williams, the offensive tackle out of Texas. Still a little bit raw. He probably needs a year, but I kind of love the fit. Make him your swing tackle as a rookie. And then by the next year, Lane Johnson could be done. He's kind of year to year at this point, so, hopefully Lane comes back for another year. Williams can sit for a year behind him and learn. And then Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle out of Ole Miss, goes to the Chiefs at 32. Chris Jones isn't getting a